You like want to like get on all fours or? Ghosts. What are they? Spooky. That's it.
Pregnancy, maybe.
Babies. Where do they come from? We are here to answer the unknown. But primarily just figure out if ghosts are real or not.
I don't think so.
I think so.
I think Alan just has stuff happen to him from Grandpa touching him.
So this is our first ever paranormal investigation video we've ever done. We've never done anything like this before, film-wise at least.
Yeah, Alan always has activity. Both him and his wife experience it quite often. So we're gonna try and do some here, and then later, do some somewhere else. Because that's how videos work.
Yeah, we're gonna start the video off here at my house, because my house is always something's going on. It's always been that way. I can explain that in a future video down the line, but we figure we get a test of the equipment here, get an idea of things, and then we are going to go to another location, what's it called? Black Creek Methodist Church Cemetery.
Which is a really funny name for it.
We figured, why not go for a cemetery? It's a funny name, and we'll explain that in a little bit. Alright, get the on the bed, dude. Your prison wallet. This is what I look like when I'm asleep. This is what it's like. Awful.
Why is it wet?
I have horrible body posture.
Alan sweats in his sleep. This sucks.
That's not sweat.
He pees the bed too.
Different liquid. Subscribe. This is the worst casting couch. So for this, it's the spirit box. You're gonna have to do your best to just be able to hear and just say whatever you hear out loud. If you hear something, like you hear a word or a phrase, just say it out loud. It's really hard. That's why you can be blindfolded and noise canceling headphones. That way you can't hear us, and you can really just hyper focus.
Okay.
It might take you a minute to get adjusted to it, but it's gonna be like sweeping through like static channels for a little bit.
Okay.
And just we're gonna ask questions while that happens. We also have the EMF reader also to go off whenever something happens.
I felt like I was going off whenever you were talking.
Is it the camera?
Was it your mic?
Yeah, it's the camera. Might be that microphone too. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So we'll leave that over there. Lay down, princess.
I hope a ghost doesn't touch my penis. Is a ghost gonna touch my dick, dude?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Alright, just go and put your
Sick.
super impressive paranormal investigative bunny rabbit eye band on.
I'm doing it, dude. I did it. Alright, what next? Someone gonna touch my dick.
We are going to turn the lights off for this.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know if, like, you guys realize it or not. I can't hear you, so. Okay, so I'm on my way to Alan's so that we can do this spooky video. Something that I've yet to share with Alan. We were actually talking about it last night, maybe the night before, where we both kind of been having reoccurring nightmares. Alan has actually always had activity in his house. It doesn't matter where he moves, there's always some form of activity. And he's been trying to make contact with it. But we've both been having really creepy reoccurring dreams. Mine has been probably over the last 4 nights. And then come to find out, which I've yet to tell my wife about it, but my wife said for the last 3 nights I've completely stopped breathing in my sleep, and I've jumped out of bed choking and gasping for air. It's never happened before. So I'm really interested to see where this video is gonna go and what we might uncover during the time, especially if there is something that's trying to with Alan and I at this point. I think it'll be really cool.
Sidebar, we had to adjust the lights because the camera wasn't picking up the stuff. But in the meantime, while that was happening, the EMF reader is going crazy still, actually. It's going to a solid 3.
I told the ghost that it had a wrinkly. I don't think I was happy about it.
Hello?
Daniel.
Do you know Daniel? Is a person trying to communicate with us named Daniel?
No.
What's your name?
What?
What's your name? Is there anything that wants to communicate with us?
Damn.
It's facts, dude. Damn's right. If anything wants to talk, you can talk through Kevin. You just speak clearly as possible with the spirit box, and he can communicate with us. Is that okay?
Okay.
Awesome. Great. This is your first time meeting Kevin, is that correct? Have you met Kevin before?
5th time.
How long has it been to our house? He's been to our house like 4 or 5 times, right?
Yeah.
Over.
Yeah, when Kevin stayed over, yeah, like at least 4 or 5 times, right?
Kevin? Oh,
Are you okay with Kevin being here?
No.
Is he bothering you?
It's in here.
Yeah, I kind of figured that. That's fine. Is there anything you want to tell us about where we're going next?
I don't.
Okay. Do you not know where we're going next?
Army.
We are literally going to go to a cemetery that held Confederate soldiers.
Emergency.
It was an emergency area, yeah, because it was a lot of like flu people who were dropping left and right because of the yellow fever that was occurring at the time at the creek. So it was a bit of an emergency situation area. They were constantly running out of coffins, and that led to more and more deaths as it built up. So that's kind of crazy. Get away from the EMF reader because I don't know if it's the mic or not. Is there anything that you would like to say to us before we go?
Heard.
Heard? Say heard or hurt?
Heard.
Okay. Heard. Is there anything you would like to say to Kevin before we go?
Watch.
Watch what?
Under.
Under what? Okay, we are going to go now. Thank you for talking to us again. Anything you want to say before we turn it off? Okay,
I'm coming.
That's great. Are you coming with us to our next location?
Sure.
Okay. Can I ask why?
Safe.
It's safe there, or is it for my safety, or for Kevin's safety?
Kill.
I think we're ended right there, actually.
Yeah.
Again, thank you for the conversation. We are going to turn off the box now.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, guy. So it was a very direct conversation I just had.
Oh, neat.
Like,
The most direct it's ever been.
that was crazy.
Well, whenever I heard my name, I was like, oh,
Yeah. So, like, whenever that happened, I asked if it had seen you before. You said 5 times. You've been to my house at least. You stayed over like at least 5 times, right? Like, at least 4 or 5 times you've been to our house, stayed over.
I think it's been a total of 5 times.
You said
actually.
5 times, and I said, yeah, Kevin has been here for 5 times, and you said over. I was like, yeah, Kevin has slept over 4 or 5 times, and then you said, Kevin, oh
Yeah. Well,
You
no.
heard your name, you're like, oh
That was my
Yeah.
reaction to
No,
hearing Kevin.
That
I was like,
the most direct conversation I've ever had with anything. That was crazy. It did say it's going to join us at the cemetery.
okay.
I asked if he can give us any information about it, or if he wanted to say anything before we went, if we knew where we were going. What did it say?
Army?
It took a minute. It said no at first, and then it said Army. I was like, oh, it's a Confederate cemetery.
What did you ask whenever I said emergency?
It was still in regards to the cemetery.
okay.
It was,
I was
it
like-
an emergency evac location for the Confederate fort.
That's right. Because you said that was that, and that was also their emergency burial because there wasn't enough space.
Yeah, exactly.
Neato.
And then I asked if it needs to say anything before we go. What led to? I can't remember what it said. Whenever it led to.
You asked if it was gonna come with us, and
Yeah.
you said sure.
You said sure. I asked why. You said safe.
Mm-hmm.
I asked, is it for my safety, for Kevin's safety, or does it feel safe for you? What did it say to that?
It said kill.
It did say kill.
I was going to say the last thing it said was kill.
Yeah, and I was like, all right, cool. That's where I'm going to end this at. That was wild. That was wild to watch, man. That was wild for me to encounter with. I was genuinely freaking out because, like, I never had a direct response like that before. I know, she's over there gasping. All right, well, that comes to our next location. We'll see you guys in the car.
bye.
Hey guys, it's editing Alan. You can tell by my white tank top and not my black tank top that you see in the video. I did want to clarify and point this out a little bit in the video. You see that backlight in it's our bathroom for the master bedroom. See that backlight? It's a night light that's in the bathroom that's only triggered to like be on whenever it's dark. So the only thing that would ever make it flicker, which you see right here, it happened twice actually, which is kind of crazy, is if like something got in front of it, or I don't know, because it's light triggered, which is weird. So it's hard to like, so it would have to be like a shine of light for it to like flicker like that. And then it happened again. Then it happened again after Kevin said watch. Kevin said watch. Then it happened again. I can't explain that. I genuinely cannot explain that, and I'm getting chills just editing this. But I did want to give you guys some insight on that. That's why I zoomed in, because it is extremely odd that happened twice, and right after he said watch. With the rest of the video. How was your experience in the spirit box? I know we talked about it a little bit off camera, but like on camera, can you go through it again?
While just trying to listen or whatever, I noticed that I was getting body tremors, which was odd. Obviously, like that's not something that's very common. I don't just sit there and shiver. But then also when we were done, when Alan actually gave me the tab, it's what, 10 o'clock?
Yeah,
10:30. Okay,
about
so
10:20ish when we got done.
So I am ready to pass out. I'm exhausted.
Yeah, which it's common apparently with spiritual stuff like that. If they're constantly talking through you, it's going to drain your energy. As far as I'm aware, whether you believe it or not, that's just the lore behind it, right?
Which, I mean, I guess there has to be some sort of validity to it, because I'm usually up until at least midnight before I even start getting tired.
You just drank an energy drink before we got
I did too. Yeah, I drank one of the what are they called?
Liquid Death.
Oh yeah, the Liquid Death energy drinks.
Not sponsored, but we should be.
Please sponsor us. That'd be pretty tits.
Anyways, so the place we're going to, as I mentioned, and you got some responses back from Kevin's Estes method. We're going to Black Creek Methodist Cemetery. So the cemetery, there's not like a whole lot paranormal wise, like nothing like crazy that's happened. There was no like, this lady murdered her 7 kids here. No, it wasn't anything like that. It's a regular ass cemetery. Only the cemetery is only housing white people. I figured I'd start off with that.
It's a really racist cemetery.
It is the oldest Methodist gathering church in the state of Florida, apparently. And with that being said, Middleburg is used to be well known for having a very strict community type.
They didn't lack other people at all.
At all.
In fact,
it was the Civil War.
Well, yeah, it was the Civil War, but then also, what was Middleburg called back in the day? Like Whitesville?
It was called Whitesville, but I did find out that it was. I found out that it was called Whitesville because that was the last name of one of the founders. But the bigger part of the cemetery is, like I said earlier in Kevin's Estes method, that there was a fort a little bit further down the road, and in that fort, a lot of soldiers were dying due to the yellow fever occurring because of the Black Creek that was just down the road as well. And a lot of them were unmarked graves because it kept happening so often and so frequently that they were going through a coffin shortage. So they just kind of had to throw bodies where bodies could get buried, and there's tons of unmarked graves there. It was just because basically they couldn't afford it either. If you couldn't afford it and you didn't have a coffin, you were just getting thrown into a mound and calling it a day. That's the history. We just found the closest cemetery possible.
Well, and one that didn't have like a bunch of no trespassing signs and shit like that. So for video purposes, there is absolutely no posted state of when it's open, when it's not open, anything like that. It is strictly there.
Yeah. And with that being said, if you guys have watched me and Kevin's videos before, you know that we're kind of silly, goofy, inconsiderate kind of people. We like humor, where humor is. We're going to try to be as respectful as possible over there.
Yeah, I'm not very respectful to whatever's in Alan's house, and apparently it doesn't like me according to what I said.
But no, this is a cemetery, so we want to be as respectful as possible.
Yeah.
And all that jazz.
Yeah, we're not there to shit on anybody's families or anything of that nature.
Which I don't think anyone's been buried there for a long time, but still, nonetheless, it's important to be respectful when going to these places and doing these things.
Okay, bye.
Bye. So remember the spirit box said emergency?
Emergency.
You can't really see it on the. Yeah, you couldn't really see it on the camera.
Area is right across the street from this emergency hospital. So that was a cool discovery we just made. We were joking, it's like, oh, emergency! And then we just realized what happened and what we just said.
Well, Alan realized it. I had no idea where the cemetery was. Here we are.
Yep. We're getting closer.
All right.
Okay, so bad news, good news. Bad news, somebody's actually camping out the cemetery right now. There's a car, and we don't want to get arrested.
Again, there's nothing that's posted that says no trespassing. There's nothing of that nature there, but just in case it is technically a trespassed area or whatever.
And as you see, cars are driving by this area, and the cemetery is like on the side of the road. So that kind of things up a little bit, right?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of cops also in this area.
Yeah, there's like 4 just chilling in a racetrack parking lot,
Which is like adjacent to the cemetery on the other side of the street. So
yeah,
it'd be pretty easy to hear us if we're talking.
Yeah, there's just no reason for us to do this in such a way that's gonna. We're gonna call it. We might do some more shit at the house just in case, but other than that, we'll catch you guys in the morning.
Well, Kevin, where are we? We're at Oaklawn Cemetery in Lake City, Florida, and it's dark time.
As you can tell with the infrared light.
So, as we explained in the previous video, clip before this, whatever, we're going to head to a cemetery where I live, but that was coupled with cops for some reason, and people were already there, so we had to do a plan B. And we came out to Oaklawn Cemetery.
So this is where I grew up, but this cemetery is actually pretty historic. This is actually the site of where they had, there's about 155 unmarked graves here from the Confederate War. If you don't know much about Florida, yeah, it was definitely Confederate. It's about as far south as you can get.
There is a total of 155 unmarked graves out here, so that's kind of what we're here to explore. There was a few notable people that we found in this area who might be claimed to this 155.
They were Confederate soldiers. All 155 are Confederate soldiers that had died in the Battle of Olustee, which was not far from here. The Lake City is actually where they would bring the wounded to get treated and hopefully, make it back. Unfortunately, back then medicine sucked, and most of which were not gonna make it.
Few, like Kevin said, survived the actual war itself and then succumbed to their injuries later on. So we're here today to possibly communicate with them.
If we can. We're having a really hard time finding the obelisk because of poor planning, and we're both stupid.
Nah, that's only half true.
Your face is hideous.
No, I know. So we had basically just been wandering around a little bit. We had to go back, re-park the car, and we really just did poor planning on all of this. We should have planned this out better.
I made the suggestion earlier to come a little bit earlier, and then we both spaced pretty hard.
So, yeah, we kind of were hoping to find the unmarked graves, and we can just kind of go from there, but,
Unfortunately, we came when it was too dark, and that's kind of where we fucked up. There's supposedly an obelisk out here somewhere that marks the 155 unclaimed bodies, essentially. No, I mean, it's way too dark for us to see. No, you can't tell because we have the infrared camera on.
Yeah, we can't see a damn thing.
that was a gunshot. We are getting too close to the street, though, I will say.
Yeah, that's fair.
Alright, start heading back the other way, I guess.
So anyway, we decided we were going to start recording a little bit of extra footage while we were walking, just in case the camera picks up something that we don't. So far, there's been a couple of times where we've pretty positive we heard footsteps.
Yep.
Which is, I mean, that's cool. That's kind of what we're hoping for, is some form of activity.
That being said, I am going to turn on the good old EVP. Not EVP, the EMF. So many abbreviations with this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gamers, not ghost
He into my
hunters.
face. I look ghost in this.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's great.
Just because it's, I think, too close.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know? I think we need to invest in one of them there tripod selfie stick thingies.
It's almost like we had a camera person.
Huh.
I guess we're gonna head to the back and I'm gonna get locked into the Estes while Kevin asks questions.
Yeah. I'm gonna be like, hey guys, you gonna stand up? You're just gonna lay around all day?
I'm probably gonna lay down. We'll get everything set up and then we'll be right back.
Yeah.
We are going to do a first ever Estes method in a cemetery. I figured this is the perfect backdrop. Can you get that?
Yep.
That's always
Nice little angel.
I always have a hard time getting a hole in the dark, you know what I'm saying? So
Alan has personal problems.
Fun fact, this morning when we were leaving the house, I was getting everything packed on the way to work, and I had everything put in the backpack, and the spirit box started going off randomly as I set my backpack down, and at the same time, a closet shut in my house. So that was pretty cool.
So EMF's on the ground there. We have another camera set up there on a tripod. More so just in case it catches anything extra that we don't see. And yeah.
Wow. I thought it was it's a spirit box?
What's that?
It like went 3.
Huh.
As soon as I sat down. Let's put on the professional bunny mask. What the fuck am I doing? How do we end up here?
Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and sit down here near Alan. Hopefully not sit on a snake because, you know, we're in the f***ing
Can't
woods.
see shit. Alright. We are active.
Any of the 155 lost souls that would like to speak through Alan.
Back up.
Back up where? Do you need us to back up?
Speak.
Well, I have been speaking. Would you like to speak with us? Would anybody like to speak through Alan? Would anybody like... Are there any Confederate soldiers that are buried here that would like to make themselves known? Would anybody like to speak
Kevin,
through
speak.
Alan? Oh, you would like to talk to me? What would you like to talk about? I'm here to talk. Speak through Alan if you have something that you'd like to tell me.
It's just a lot of static.
You said, Kevin, speak. Would anybody like to speak with me? Was anyone here part of the war? Or maybe suffering? Would the person resting here like to speak?
I am.
You are. What would you like to speak to me about? What are you?
Alan?
Well, yeah, you're talking through Alan. Would you like to say something to Alan?
In here. On.
In here where? Or on what? Is this your resting site?
You.
Me? What about me?
People.
Well, I would assume that there are people out here. What people? Is there anything you'd like to say about the people?
Yeah, so.
Okay, what would you like to say? Would you like to say something about people?
Oh, man. It's just a lot of static in all honesty, but like the feeling of
like being down here, it's kind of nuts. Like I started like seeing shit, like with the blindfold on, right? I don't know how to describe the feeling outside of like, it just felt like I was being surrounded for a minute there. Like I could feel footsteps approaching me, and like people were like looking over me. It's how the feeling felt. There's like this weird like beeping continuously throughout the entire like sweeping method, the sweeping portion of that. So it's kind of hard to hear most things.
Right.
I was kind of guessing on a lot of it. I won't lie to you there. I'm not going to pretend like I got a definitive Alan and a definitive Kevin.
I mean, part of
the feeling though was like insane. I wanted to get up a little bit at a certain point.
I asked if there was anybody here or if there was anybody resting, or if whoever was resting here wanted to speak with us.
Right.
And that's whenever you said in here on or something like that.
Right.
And
we'll just find another location to do it at. Maybe just there's too much shit in this area. And like I said, the feeling was crazy though.
yeah.
Like that legit felt like somebody was like watching, like multiple people were standing over me. It was like a little overwhelming a little bit.
Huh.
Like to the point where it's hard for me to focus.
Right,
which makes
right.
sense for a cemetery.
Right. Well, I mean, and then you were like, you said you and then people.
Yeah, that one was clear. People was pretty clear.
And then I was like, okay. I was like, okay. Is there something you wanted to say to us or to people? Oh, it just did a tick too.
That might be because I was moving it. Did it do it all the entire time we were?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I guess we'll find another spot to.
Yeah, might as well.
All right.
We'll keep tarrying on.
So we found a different location. Kevin's gonna go under it this time. Hopefully he's a little bit more better luck than I did. You good? Is there anything or anyone here that would like to communicate with us? Trying to find the names of people that we looked up earlier.
Heard.
Yeah, I heard that. That was crazy. Was that you?
Go.
Go where? Is there somewhere you would like for us to go?
I will.
Are you trying to go?
Come on.
Where are we trying to go? Is there somewhere you would like for us to go sit at next?
Flee.
Were you trying to flee the battle? You're hoping to communicate with some people from the 155 unmarked. If you're one of those people, can you say something? It's crazy.
A little.
A little what?
Screaming.
Was there a lot of screaming that day?
Under.
Can you tell me some more detail about that? And what you mean by under?
Black.
Yeah, it's very, very dark out here. Went from being able to semi-see to not being able to see at all. It's kind of crazy.
Loud.
That was kind of loud. What the f was that?
Do it.
Do what?
Do it.
What do you mean by that? Crazy.
We'll see.
Do you want to say anything to Kevin while he's under right now? Is there anything you would like to communicate at this moment? God, it's hot.
Anger.
Like you're angry? Are you angry about what happened?
You too.
That was crazy. I don't know if that was a bug or not, but that looked like something just kind of flew over Kevin.
Can you
Can I what?
do it?
Don't know what you want me to do. Is there something you would like for me to say or do?
I mean, I'm honestly not getting much.
It was pretty crazy.
Was it? I felt like somebody was sitting on my chest.
Exactly. No, there was a lot of noises coming from the wood line over there. I know you can't see it on the camera, but that's a whole wood line. Like, I heard a straight up noise over there. I can't remember what you said exactly, but you kept saying, do it.
Huh.
You said anger, which is kind of crazy. I asked what you meant by do it, but I didn't get a whole explanation out of that.
Right.
It wasn't very direct, but it was still a crazy feeling like out here.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's I mean, that's still pretty f***ing interesting, the fact that it was like at least some form of correlation between a time. It's almost like whenever we were at your house and then there was like a timing between what was happening whenever I was speaking.
That was definitely more direct at the house than this was, but it was still pretty crazy. Like, I did hear like a lot of noises. I felt like something was behind me most of the time, and like I said, there was a lot of noises coming from that wood line over there. Like,
I felt like my face was hot. Like, I know that I was covering my eyes like this, but my whole face felt like it was like...
You looked uncomfortable.
Like, it felt like it was like next to a fire, almost. Yeah. Like, it was hot. Like,
you said anger at one point. And you said screaming towards the beginning. Like,
even like with these headphones on, it was fine at your house, but I mean, literally, it feels like my blood pressure's up, like my ears are hot.
Yeah. There's not like a whole lot of Estes method done out here. It seems like let's head to one of the mausoleums and use the EVP, see how that goes.
Yeah, I'm down.
All right. So we're getting set up here at this mausoleum to basically see with the EVP if we can capture anything on that. But as we're getting set up, you probably can't see the wood line over there at all. But I swear I saw like a shadow walk past that tree line, which freaks me the out. We're a little freaked out right now because the temperature actually dropped when we started walking out to this area. We were both kind of burning up back there at the Estes method, way at the end of the cemetery where we're at.
It felt very rapid.
Yeah.
Like it was almost like you get a cool breeze or something like that. And in doing so, you know, it kind of makes it to where it's a little bit more difficult to really gauge. I mean, it could have really been anything that caused the temperature to drop, but how rapid it actually was just a little nutty.
So anyways, this is an EVP device. Basically, it captures anything that we can't hear with the naked ear. We'll ask it questions, give it a few seconds in between each question, see if it answers, and we'll play it back at the end. We'll probably play it back in the car because it's hot as hell out here. We live in Florida. It's just stupid.
It really is.
As you can see, we're not cracking jokes right now because it's so hot and humid.
Yeah, I'm sweating my absolute ass off.
Let's go ahead and start it then.
All right.
Was there anything that was back there when we were doing the Estes method with Kevin? Because I felt like something was in the tree line. Is there anything here in general that would like to speak with us?
Was there anybody trying to make contact with Alan or I physically? I felt somebody sitting on my chest while I was sitting up.
Was there multiple people standing around me whenever I was inside the Estes method? Weirdest feelings. And obviously we're at a cemetery at night, but is there anyone from the unmarked graves of the OSD battle that would like to say anything at this moment? I think we're going to say goodbye now. If you would like to say goodbye, now's the time to do it. Speak now, if you ever hold your peace. All right. And that's that. We're just going to head back to the car now and replay that and see if we hear anything.
Yep, we'll catch you guys in a little bit.
Calm.
Oh, what about our mics?
I'll get off in the car.
Okay.
We're gonna need them again in the car. Definitely more eerie leaving than it was coming in. Like shit kind of got heavier as we're leaving now.
Yeah, actually. So I didn't feel eeriness, but I do feel weight.
I was gonna say the heaviness, yeah. It's eerie and heavy.
Oddly enough, I feel peaceful.
I don't.
I feel peaceful, but like dragging.
It is like a huge weight.
In my legs the most. Should we be walking out of this like directly into cars?
Probably not.
We're stupid, huh?
No, we're not the brightest people. There's like a couple of people who are crossing out of the cemetery.
Just hold my hand. We're brave. We are gay and we are watching death.
I'm a hero.
I almost feel like we have to have like a connection.
I feel that same way. I think because we just came in here so half-assedly, it was still a vibe out here.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't feel like it was ruined.
No.
I feel like it absolutely could have been better, but
This goes without saying, but if anything is attached to us, you are not allowed to leave this area. You can't follow us. You cannot follow me or Kevin.
yeah,
I had to say that.
it doesn't feel cool anymore.
It feels normal again, yeah.
Yeah.
Weird. It's like that one little section.
I got bitches all on my dick and every day. Hello.
Back at the car now. So as me and Kevin were talking about while we are out there, walking back to the car, that there was definitely like a sense of like heaviness that was happening about us when we were leaving.
It was, I felt it in my legs. Alan was saying that he was feeling like an eerie heaviness. Mine, for whatever reason, felt peaceful.
With that being said, we're going to play like the EVP recorder and see if we actually got anything from what we talked about. It's recording. Was there anything that was back there when we were doing the Estes method with Kevin? Because I felt like something was in the tree line. Is there anything here in general that would like to speak with us?
Was there anybody trying to make contact with Alan or I physically? I felt somebody sitting on my chest while I was sitting up.
Was there multiple people standing around me whenever I was inside the Estes method? Fuck. Weird as feelings. And obviously we're at a cemetery at night, but is there anyone from the unmarked graves of the OSD battle that would like to say anything at this moment? I think we're going to say goodbye now. If you would like to say goodbye, now's the time to do it. Speak now, forever hold your peace. No.
I couldn't tell if there was like a car in the background at one point or
yeah,
what.
I heard that too.
It was like almost a growling sound. But
the second to last question I asked.
Yeah, there was like a growling sound. But honestly, it was fairly active outside. Like there was quite a few cars that were going by. The front, and of course
crickets,
small dick people with exhausts that are unnecessary. But I mean, who knows? We're not really professionals at this anyway.
No,
we never claimed to be.
No.
We are going to try and do more content like this, just so that we may be able to, get better and better. Maybe be able to go do new locations.
Yeah, I mean, the goal that we've always talked about doing is the St. Augustine Lighthouse. So that is a goal of ours to do. We do want to get better at this. I think, like we talked about on the way here, back to the car, was it's hard doing this when you don't have a connection to the place you're going to. I think we're realizing that now. We can't just come out here all willy-nilly and being like, let's talk.
Yeah, I mean, out of the content creators that do things like that, they've probably got 100 or hundreds and hundreds of failed attempts. And the one that they post is the one that actually caught something.
We're going to post this full thing, so.
But, I mean, if you've made it this far, thank you guys so much.
Like and subscribe, because my balls are sweaty as I want to keep going now. Bye, guys.
Peace.